Lil People, Big World's Tori Roloff sends a bold message about live-action Snow White. Roloff and his wife, Tori, have shared their opinions about the live-action Snow White remake in the past. But following the release of a teaser trailer with revamped dwarves, the TLC star sent a direct message to actor Peter Dinklage. On Saturday, August 10, the official teaser trailer for the live-action Snow White starring Rachel Zegler was released. The video gave fans a glimpse of the newly revamped dwarves after Disney scrapped first-look photos reimagining them as magical creatures. Except, instead of including any real actors, the dwarves are now CGI. Zach responded to the change via his Instagram story, calling out the film for completely nixing LP actors. So they aren't just taking away the dwarves and making Snow White. They are shying the dwarves. This isn't 1937, there are actually a lot of people with dwarfism walking around, he wrote alongside a photo of Zegler with the new dwarves. Either focus on Snow White or own the dwarf representation. If you've been following our podcast, I've had thoughts on this. Zach continued in another segment of his Instagram story. They updated/diversified Snow White but went way backward on the dwarf side. Hope Dinklage is happy. This wasn't the first time the Roloff family has spoken out about the film. During a March 14 episode of Zach and Tori's podcast Raising Heights, Zach explained that Little People being on camera is very powerful when it comes to showing and promoting diversity. Even if it's not shown in the best way, we can correct that, we can adjust, we move forward, he said. It's still a very powerful thing. The TLC star, 34, continued, even though some people might say, you're not being portrayed the right way, there are still parts of the population that will simply look at you and be like, you are on TV. You're awesome. That's so cool. I respect you. Zach pointed out that Disney replacing dwarves with magical creatures took away jobs for actors with dwarfism. Instead, he argued the characters should be modernized without negative stereotypes. So they're being progressive by updating Snow White. Be progressive by updating the dwarves, he explained. You can tell the story of the 7 dwarves without putting them in a cave, without making it all magical and a bunch of hermits out in the wilderness mining. In January 2022, Dinklage, who also has dwarfism, criticized the live-action remake of Snow White on Mark Maron's WTF podcast. Literally no offense to anything, but I was sort of taken aback, Dinklage said of the film. They were very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. The Game of Thrones star added, you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that F-bomb, backward story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. Not long after Dinklage's comments, Disney published a statement via Good Morning America announcing it was taking a different approach with these 7 characters in an effort to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film. Snow White is set to hit theaters on March 21, 2025. Little People, Big World stars Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler will not be tying the knot anytime soon as their wedding is indefinitely delayed, according to a source. Matt proposed to Karen in April 2023 after 6 years together, and the pair were said to be planning an intimate ceremony. Karen, 53, showed off her ring in an exclusive interview with People, which appeared to be a solitary diamond sitting on a double band surrounded by more small stones. The U.S. Sun previously reported they were looking to make it official in May this year, but months later, they are still no closer to setting a date for the big day. A source told the U.S. Sun, Karen and Matt's wedding was supposed to be set for May, but it is currently delayed with no scheduled date other than possibly at end of the year. They have been discussing getting married in Hawaii now, but they are still looking at ideas and it's still in the very early planning stages. They decided to delay it because Matt's mom is needing lots of extra care right now, she's getting older. Pumpkin season is also coming up and they simply haven't had enough time to prepare for a wedding this year. Matt has always been close to his parents and lost his father Ronald, 84, in 2022, revealing on social media that he suddenly fell ill and passed away within a short 6-week period. The LPBW patriarch is now keen to spend more time with his elderly mom Peggy, who used to live in California before his dad's death. In May, Matt shared a photograph with her on Instagram, writing, "Happy Mother's Day to my mother Hunie, Peggy. Some of you might know she recently relocated back to Oregon to be closer to the farm and family. We love having her so close to everybody and most of the grands." During the LPBW Season 25 finale, Matt and Karen talked about their future wedding, and it was revealed they had been disagreeing a lot over how to make their day happen. Karen mentioned she would like to have a small, intimate wedding, and Matt replied, maybe, hinting he would rather have more family and friends at the wedding. Matt, 62, then suggested they could fly to their wedding by helicopter and have it at Roloff Farms, saying they could wave to all their friends and family as they came down. The location is where Matt's ex-wife Amy tied the knot with her partner Chris Marek in 2021. Karen quickly brushed off the idea, saying she doesn't like helicopters because she gets motion sickness. Despite their differing opinions, it seems the couple is still keen to get married, and Matt also mentioned he was lifting weights to carry Karen over the threshold. Speaking to People, Matt said, "After 6 wonderful years together, I asked Karen to marry me and she said yes. Our plan is to enjoy our engagement, and we are looking forward to a simple but elegant wedding in 2024. Talking about the proposal, Karen's son Connor previously said Matt was set to get his mom a commitment ring. He told her she was unaware of the commitment ring, obviously, and during the time he was getting that ring, he made the decision that he wants to marry her, he said. Inside Matt Roloff and Karen Chandler's relationship since they began dating. Divorce, 2015. LPBW fans were shocked when Matt and Amy Roloff announced their decision to divorce after almost 30 years. He then started a relationship with Karen Chandler, the longtime manager of Roloff Farms. Saw the beginning of Matt and Karen's relationship on the show, which caused tension within the family as it took a lot for the children to get used to. Cheating claims, 2019. Amy claimed in her tell-all book, A Little Me, that Matt was involved with Karen while the pair were still married. I saw messages, pictures, and other things that should not have been shared between people who just worked together and were still married to other people. I was devastated. Matt hit back at his ex's claims, saying, "You couldn't be farther from the truth," in a response to a fan who accused him of cheating. Getting Together, 2017. Viewers saw the beginning of Matt and Karen's relationship on the show, which caused tension within the family as it took a lot for the children to get used to. Cheating claims, 2019. Amy claimed in her tell-all book, A Little Me, that Matt was involved with Karen while the pair were still married. I saw messages, pictures, and other things that should not have been shared between people who just worked together and were still married to other people. I was devastated. Matt hit back at his ex's claims, saying, "You couldn't be farther from the truth," in a response to a fan who accused him of cheating. Dust settles, 2020. Matt and Amy began to put their history behind them for the sake of their grown-up children. Matt even helped out with Amy's wedding to Chris Marek, which was held at Roloff Farms.